Hello Cowboys Nation, you won't believe what's happening behind the scenes at the Dallas Cowboys today. I'm going to tell you everything, but first press the subscribe button so you don't miss any news from your team. Jerry Jones doesn't calm Mike McCarthy job speculation after Cowboys win NFC East. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones didn't do Mike McCarthy any favors on Sunday. Responding to speculation that McCarthy will need to beat the Cowboys in the postseason and prove he can coach them into the playoffs, Jones didn't exactly put it past him. "I think his record speaks for itself," Jones said, according to John Machota of The Athletic. "I think about what he's done and the fact that we've put ourselves in this position the last 3 years. I think that speaks for itself. We still have a lot of football left and a lot of it is thanks to Mike. We'll see how each game goes." The Cowboys fell short in each of the previous 3 seasons, missing the playoffs altogether in 2020. In 2021, they were eliminated in the wild card game by the 49ers beat Dallas once again last season in the NFC divisional round. The lack of success in the playoffs and the embarrassing nature with which they were eliminated from the playoffs seems to have become too much for Jones, who hasn't been to the Super Bowl since Dallas' last win in 1996. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported on Saturday that those around the league and some within the Cowboys organization believe McCarthy's job security will be measured by the team's performance this year in the playoffs. If the Cowboys play well in the postseason, McCarthy will have an excellent chance to keep his job, Schefter wrote. But if they struggle and end the season with an embarrassing loss, as they have the past 2 years, some say change could come to Dallas. The situation remains unstable either way, and both the Cowboys and McCarthy, fairly or unfairly, have a lot to prove Sunday against Washington and then in the postseason. The Cowboys won their second NFC East title in the last 3 years with Sunday's victory over the Commanders. Dallas will face the Packers in the NFC wild card round, and Cowboys star Dak Prescott is eager to show that they can do more than just win a division title. Cowboys, Micah Parsons' powerful message about building Dallas' legacy will excite fans. For Parsons, he and his teammates are acutely aware of the star power the Cowboys employed in the 1990s and the success those teams achieved. This current Cowboys team knows that without significant postseason success, i.e. Super Bowl trophies, they can't earn that inner circle status. The way Jimmy Johnson, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Charles Haley performed in the 1990s, that's where I am. CD, Lamb, Dak, Prescott, all want to have that legacy and earn our way into that kind of Cowboys Hall of Fame. Cowboys yearn for playoff success. Parsons was speaking after his Cowboys easily defeated the Washington Commanders by a score of 38-10 in Week 18. The win secured the NFC East crown for America's team and moved them into second place in the NFC. The Cowboys will host the Green Bay Packers next Sunday. The team ended their third consecutive 12-5 season under coach Mike McCarthy. But the previous 2 ended in disappointment. The 2021 Cowboys were beaten in the wild card round by the San Francisco 49ers. The following season, the Cowboys beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the opening round of the playoffs. But the season ended in the divisional round, once again by the 49ers. Success in the regular season has been a constant recently. But until another Super Bowl trophy arrives in Jerry World, Parsons and his teammates will be in second place in Dallas and nothing more. Cowboys, Dak Prescott's bold response on why he didn't wear NFC East champion merchandise. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys finished atop the NFC East division when all was said and done in the 2023 NFL regular season. But while a division title seems like a nice addition to the Cowboys' long list of franchise achievements, Prescott knows what Dallas' real mission is. After being spotted without his NFC East champions cap at the end of the Cowboys' 38-10 win over the Washington Commanders on Sunday, Prescott said he and his team are going after a bigger fish, hat tip Jess Navarez of Pro Football Network. It doesn't take a space scientist to deduce what Prescott was saying. The Cowboys want nothing less this season than to win the Super Bowl and have a Super Bowl parade in Dallas again. Of course, winning the Vince Lombardi Trophy will always be easier said than done, but Prescott also believes his team has it in them to go all the way. The Cowboys have recovered just in time for the playoffs. After consecutive losses to the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins in weeks 15 and 16, Dallas defeated the Detroit Lions and the Commanders to end the regular season with a 12-5 record. Dallas' next match is a wild card clash in Arlington against Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers on January 14. NFL wild card predictions: Dallas Cowboys and Kansas City Chiefs come out on top. Our NFL wild card predictions are now live, with a look at the 6 games that will take place over a great 3-day period. Things kick off on Saturday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Houston Texans hosting the Cleveland Browns. Later that same day, the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs host the Miami Dolphins. Sunday's lineup begins with the surprising Pittsburgh Steelers visiting a Buffalo Bills team that clinched the AFC East title with a win over the aforementioned Dolphins on Sunday night. The Dallas Cowboys then host the Green Bay Packers, with Mike McCarthy facing his former team. Sunday's program concludes with the Detroit Lions hosting the Los Angeles Rams at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC. Without further ado, here are our NFL wild card predictions for what promises to be an entertaining 3 days to open the NFL playoffs. Talk about story after story. Mike McCarthy facing his former Packers team. The head coach is probably in must-win mode to save his job. On the other side, young quarterback Jordan Love is making his first NFL playoff start. Dallas was great at home during the regular season, winning all 8 games. They outscored their opponents by an average of 21.5 points per game. They were absolutely dominating in front of their home crowd. As for the Packers, they go into the NFC wild card playoffs just 4-5 away from Lambeau Field. However, they have won their last 2 away games against the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. With all that said, we fancy Dak Prescott and company to emerge victorious at home. The difference in experience will influence that. The same can be said about home field advantage in the postseason. Talk about storylines? Matthew Stafford leading his Los Angeles Rams into Detroit to face a team he played for throughout his first 12 seasons in the NFL. Jared Goff facing a Rams team he led to the Super Bowl at the start of his career. But the defenders will dictate the outcome here. Los Angeles comes into this game with 7 wins out of 8. Before sitting out the regular season finale against the San Francisco 49ers, Stafford was playing the best football of his career. The quarterback was responsible for 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in his last 7 games. It's no coincidence that the Rams have gone 6-1 with an average of almost 30 points per game. It will be great to see the Lions host a playoff game. But we're not convinced they'll be able to beat a surging Rams team. Nobody could have imagined this scenario 2 months ago. The defending NFC champion Eagles were 10-1 and looked set to have home field advantage in the NFL playoffs. Since then, it's been an absolute disaster for Nick Sirianni's team. Including a loss to the New York Giants in Week 18, Philadelphia comes into this one with 5 defeats in their last 6 games. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news about your team and leave a like. Thank you.